you want me to start off with my name?
It'll get easier.
Oh, okay. So I'm a mother to Caitlin and Bailey, grandma to little Laramie. And in my spare time, I look for my missing daughter. Bailey Despot, need to bring her home. Over 2 years.
We filed murder, conspiracy to commit murder, torture, conspiracy to commit torture, and kidnap. And of course, Bailey's whereabouts are unknown.
You know who does that? Who throws a human body out like trash like that?
The night that he was killed, I'll never forget the memory. I woke up to a phone call at 1:15 in the morning that James had been shot.
In March and April 2018, there were these 3 crimes that really rocked the Bakersfield, California community.
The Bakersfield Three story is about, at its core, the mothers of 3 young adults. These 3 mothers came together and really formed their own family to support each other.
Everything changed when we realized that the murders, the disappearances, they were connected.
I know I personally never expected one of our kids to be charged with Micah's murder.
I got to tell you, these are the kind of cases that keep our DA and our law enforcement people on their toes. You're just right when you think we're a sleepy little bird, you get these kind of things.
Seashell. Thought it looked like a piece of bone or a tooth.
This is a complicated story with a lot of players in it, and it's a bizarre one.
I come here to the Kern River because I'm looking for Bailey, and I look for her everywhere. I can't search the whole river by myself, but if I have people on the lookout, maybe I'll find something.
True.
Get to bring my daughter home.
Lots of people involved, multiple counts of torture and kidnapping and murder.
So I just wanted to make you aware that I'm out here searching for my daughter. She might be in the river, and Bailey Despot's mom, one of the Bakersfield Three.
Yeah, I've heard of them. I've seen them on the news.
Okay.
District Attorney Cynthia Zimmer, thank you for joining the show.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Are you still searching for Bailey Despot?
We will not rest. And, we continue to be resolved and dedicated to finding out what happened and searching for answers on what happened to Bailey Despot.
Please help me find my daughter. Bailey Despot, need to bring her home. Over 2 years.
So this is what I do on my weekends, and I'm off all next week, so I will be going back out and hanging new flyers up because Bailey's flyers are all ratty-tatty, and you drive by them and it just looks so sad that she's been missing so long and nobody's even seen her.
I hope to, find bones and find Bailey, or, no matter how old your kid is, they're still your baby, and you just want to find them and bring them home. So that way the wind can't rip it down. You always got to put lots of staples in.
Some young people swimming in the Kern River found a rotting human arm in a bag. They say they felt something in the water over the weekend, and it turned out to be a bag. When they opened it up, they found the arm, along with some other items police won't identify.
In March and April 2018, there were these 3 crimes that really rocked the Bakersfield, California community.
It all begins with Micah, who mysteriously vanished.
The thing I love most about Micah was his love of people. He loved his family above all. It changed some about maybe a year and a half before Micah went missing. I know that he was struggling with some opiate addiction.
And then James, who was killed in a drive-by shooting.
My son James, there's so many wonderful things about James besides his struggles. He was a father, he was a best friend, he was a great son, he was an entrepreneur, he just had the most charismatic personality. Back in 2007, James walked out into a crosswalk and was hit by a car, and that seemed to be the starting, like catapulting him into the addiction of opiates. He started withdrawing. I knew from him needing to have financial assistance that something was wrong. There would be times I would go over and knock on the door, and I knew he was there, but he wouldn't answer.
The mystery is, of course, what happened to these three young people, but the bigger story is how these three mothers came together and really formed more than even a coalition, but kind of their own family to support each other and really work together to get the stories of their children told.
What happened next was truly shocking. It turns out that some of the crimes were related.
What do you want to know? Bailey, she loved life. She liked to laugh, had fun, be with her girlfriends. She was a hard worker. She always had a job. Yeah, she was just your basic, regular girl. As she got older, I would say it was kind of like the typical teenage rebellion thing. But her last year, I spent trying to save her and keep her alive because I could tell she was spiraling out of control. Her life was falling apart. She wrecked her car. She lost her job. She had a lot of bad stuff happen to her, starting with her arrest in July for disorderly conduct. August, she was sexually assaulted. September, she overdosed.
Tell me exactly the nut of what you announced yesterday.
We filed murder, conspiracy to commit murder, torture, conspiracy to commit torture, and kidnap on the Micah Holsenbeek case against Matthew Queen and Bailey Despot.
Finding parts of Micah's body were obviously a huge breakthrough in the investigation. It proves that he was murdered, I think he was tortured. And the real big twist in our story is that Bailey, who's the daughter of one of these three women, is actually suspected to be involved in that murder.
When they announced that Bailey was being charged with Micah's murder, I couldn't believe it.
Do we know a motive? I mean, what were they after?
We are aware of the motive, and that will come out during the course of the preliminary hearing.
I think Bailey was collateral damage. I think Bailey knew too much. I think Bailey saw too much.
Multiple counts of torture and kidnapping and murder.
And we were stunned, confused, probably at first.
Do you have any evidence one way or the other to determine or know with any sense of certainty that she is alive or dead, either way?
We have evidence both ways.
Both ways?
Both ways, yeah. Of course, Bailey's whereabouts are unknown.
My daughter was charged with Micah's murder.
Whether she's a victim or on the run or whatever, we are searching for answers.
They couldn't find him. He wasn't answering the phone, which was absolutely unlike him. We really had no idea that the revelations that were going to come about.
And I knew something was very, very wrong, because that's not how she talked. That's not my Bailey.